Hey guys, it's me, Faye, here at Faye Dusk, and I'm really weirded out right now. It's like so weird. I've gotten, that's better. I've got a new camera, and it's just really weird. It's good, but I'm got like a remote control start thing, and it's just really weird because I'm just like looking at the camera, but the display is like on my phone. I mean, I've got like the viewfinder facing me, but it's sort of like turned off, and I can hear like myself on my phone, and I don't know if I like it. Oh god, this is just weird. Like, where do I look? This is really weird. I don't like it. I'm just being crazy. Like, look, you can see me holding my phone, like looking at my phone. Like, which way do I look? Like, I just don't know. Oh, I keep looking down at my phone, and it's just really weird. Let me touch this and see if it'll stay on. It's on now, but I don't know if it'll look, and it's gone off. Okay, stay on for me, please. La, I don't think it's gonna stay on. No. Okay, what shall I do? Shall I carry on and hope that it's not too weird? Yes. Okay. Let's stop this a second and just check it's not weird. Hey guys, it's me, Faye, here at Faye Dusk, and we are going to try this again. I'm still really weirded out as this camera is really cool, but it's just weird to describe. It's a Panasonic something. It's got like Wi-Fi built into it, and basically you can download an app on your phone and use that to record, to remote control the camera, if that makes sense at all. So the display from the viewfinder's like disappeared, so I actually can't see myself, but if I look down at my phone, like you can probably see me looking down now, I can see and hear myself in my phone in the image, and it's just really weirding me out. It's really awesome, and I'm sure when I get used to it, it'll be really, really cool, but this is like my first new camera in like nearly 4 years, and before, I think I've shown it in previous videos if you've followed me for a while, I was using this pink Toshiba like flip camera thing, which was okay at the time for what I needed it for, as I was desperate for a camera, but it wasn't that great, and I just needed something new and better, and yeah, so I've been very fortunate to get a new camera. But anyways, me rambling on again, so let's get started. And this video we are doing Back to Basics series, and it is getting a revamp. So Back to Basics revamped. If you've been following me from the beginning or for a while, I've had a series called Back to Basics series, and the Back to Basics series was basically me tackling different witchy topics, and just sort of like my take on them and sort of help and advice and all that sort of stuff. So, and the series proved really popular, and I haven't done it for a while, and I just thought, why the hell not? Let's start back with that series. Anyway, just before I do you like my t-shirt? Basic Witches. I got it from my mom for Christmas, and I love it. It's really cool. And anyway, so this video we are going to be talking about, I got like a whole pad with note ideas, and I was just trying to remember which ones I was doing today. We are going to be doing, this is a revamped video, so one in this series, the ones that I say are revamped are actually topics that I've covered in my original Back to Basics series. So if you want to scroll through the playlist, you can see the original video, and I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to put these new Back to Basics videos in a new Back to Basics revamped playlist, or whether I'm just going to link them to the original, so I'm sort of undecided yet. But yeah, so this is a revamped video, and it is So You Want to Be a Witch, Where to Start. So, you may have, witchcraft and witches and Wiccans and pagans, obviously, the last sort of 15, 20 years, it's had a major resurgence in popular culture. I mean, there's been so many movies and TV shows, things like The Craft and Hocus Pocus, Practical Magic, all that sort of stuff. And then obviously you got your series like Charmed, Secret Circle, that was really cool. I'm gutted that they axed that. Witches of East End, another one that was cool. I was gutted that they axed that one. Even things like Buffy, you had witchcraft in that. And there's just been loads of different series and movies and things like that with witches in. And you may have watched something or read books. There's like thousands of different novels and things that have witches and witchcraft in them, or magazines, or you may have even gone onto YouTube and seen witchy YouTubers like myself talking about different things, or on Facebook, there's thousands of witchcraft groups and pages and stuff, and you may have looked and you may have thought, witchcraft, and wondered, one, is it real? Two, is it like Hollywood where you can point your finger, point your wand and sparks fly out your finger, or you can cast spells like that or whatever? And you may have wondered, yeah, like I said, if it's real, or you may have felt some sort of like inner calling or something and felt like, oh my god, I found myself, I found my path, like this is me, like I want to know more. Like I'm curious, I want to know more, or this is me, I want to know more, what do I do, where do I start? And in some ways, I actually think now with the internet, Facebook and YouTube and all different various social media platforms, that is actually a bit more overwhelming than when I started my path. Just to give you a little bit of background, if you're new to my channel, I discovered witchcraft when I was 12 through my then best friend at the time. And obviously when I was 12, I mean I'm 29 now, so you're talking like the millennium, so sort of like 2000, so a very long time ago. Obviously it was completely different, the internet was completely different, there was no social media, no YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, Pinterest, any of that. There was nothing of that of the sort. In stores and stuff, like bookshops and stuff, witchcraft obviously has started to regain its populace again. So you sort of started to have small like mind, body and spirit sections with a couple of books and things like that. So when I started my path, it was very different in that I didn't have all these different various outlets to find my information out from, which in some ways I really wish those outlets had been there, as I think I would have found it so much more easier and beneficial and things like that. But at the same time it can be very overwhelming. So because I didn't have any of that, I only basically really had books and sort of like internet, like search engine searches. I don't even know if Google was there back then, I'm not sure, might have been, or anyway, so any sort of like internet search. So basically me and my best friend at school, like in the computers, like in IT or whatever, or at lunchtime and stuff, I remember there was a couple of books in the library, and we used to literally just search on the internet and print out pages of information and things like that. So I very, very much learnt about the craft through books at the time and through my searches on the internet. So I was able to go at a pace where I could just sort of slowly sort of read through stuff and learn things that way. I wasn't bombarded with information from various different outlets. So that's why I wanted to do this video today, was because I do understand, or can see how it could be really, really confusing for you if you've got so many different outlets to look at, and there's lots of different information, sometimes conflicting. You're not really sure what to look at, what to believe, whatever. So I thought that I would do this for you again, this video. Sorry, I was just looking at my notes. So you've discovered witchcraft and you found out that it is real and it's for you, or you just want to know more about it. The first thing I would say to do is to do your research. And for this, I would say I would probably look on YouTube. I would look for specific videos. It doesn't matter if these specific videos haven't got millions of views, or the channels haven't got like thousands and thousands of subscribers. I would look for, I would probably type in the search engine things like new to witchcraft, or like top books for new witches, or what is witchcraft, or anything, those sort of like beginners topics. And then I would just sort of scan through and just start watching videos that appeal to you. And there may be some that appeal to you and some that don't, and in those videos you may see things that you like and think, oh wow, that's really cool, want to find more out, or I want to find more out about what this person's saying. Or there may be stuff that you don't, so you can just sort of just ignore that and carry on. So I would do that and have a look that way. The information that you're getting from that. I would also go on to something like Amazon or eBay, or any sort of bookstore that you use like online, and sort of search for witches, beginners books like paganism or Wicca or witchcraft or whatever, and sort of have a look and see which ones you like the look of and aren't ridiculously expensive or like in your budget. And or you could do it online, or like on a Kindle or something like that, if you'd rather have an e-book as opposed to a physical. I can't speak. If you'd rather have an e-book as opposed to a physical book, because either you're from like a really religious family and you think your parents or whoever won't approve, or you're just someone who doesn't have the space for those physical books, or you just prefer e-books or e-readers. So you could do that. I mean, I will be doing another video, another revamp video, so you can have a look now if you want to on my channel for the original Back to Basics series. I did do top 5 books for new Wiccans. I'm going to be doing a revamp, another one of those, so you can have a look at that as well and check out my top videos. I'll try and find the video and link it below for you as well, so you can check out my top 5 videos, top 5 books for new Wiccans. But I would definitely do that as well, and try and get hold of a couple of books. You can if you want to, but personally I'd say don't go on the internet or whatever and online on them whatever books. If you're going to buy some books, and don't buy like 20 books. Don't buy everything you can find on witchcraft and Wicca and things like that, because one, it's going to cost a lot of money, and two, you're just going to get really confused, because you're just going to have all these books, all this information. It's just going to be so overwhelming. You're just going to be like, oh my god, what did I do? Like, I would just literally just get one book or 2 or 3. I would say definitely no more than about 3 or 4 when you're just first starting, and just take time, sort of have a read through. And there are some really, really, really good introduction to Wicca and witchcraft and paganism books out there that cover everything, like the Wiccan read all about the god and the goddess, and moon phases, and casting spells and rituals, and honouring sabbats and esbats, and creating your own book of shadows, and so on. And there's just, you can get loads that are sort of either start with a basic overview or go quite in depth. And I would just start reading one of those books and just go from cover to cover, like make notes if you feel called to do that. And you can sort of make notes for things or bookmark page of things you want to come back to, or making notes on topics that they cover that you want to try and find another book on, or a YouTube video on, or whatever. I would definitely do that. As well, I assume you're on Facebook or some sort of social media platform, but Facebook especially is really, really awesome for connecting with other like-minded people. like on my Facebook, I like so many witchcraft and paganism and all that sort of stuff, fairy Wicca pages and part of groups, like admin pages. I would just have a search through, just type in the search like Wicca or witchcraft or witchcraft in my area, like, and put where, and if you want something sort of localish or in the country, or and just sort of have a flick through and just have a look on the page and have a scan through and see if you'd like the page, like what they're talking about, and then just join it. And then you can look at posts and talk to people and comment, and you can some of the pages, or you can sort of contact the admins of the group, and they sometimes will share member requests, so you can put things like, I'm new to witchcraft, I'm in, does anyone have any sort of information that could help me, or I'm from such and such an area, is there any other local witches, as I'd love to hang out, or whatever. So that is really awesome as well, and I absolutely love the different witchcraft Facebook pages. So cool. Some of them post such amazing information and images and all that sort of thing, and best of all, it's free as well. So if you're young, just starting out, and you're at school and you don't have the money, you don't have money to spend, or don't get pocket money, or not much, because I know books can be very expensive, or you just don't have it in your budget, you're family, and you don't have it in your budget to be spending X amount on paganism books, or whatever your situation is, doing stuff like on Facebook, things like that, you can get a wealth of information, and best of all, that it's free. And as well, I would be cautious a little bit in that people that have just when you've just started and on your path, obviously you're relatively new, so you don't know everything, don't know everything there is to know, which obviously I don't, no one does, always have to learn. But what I mean is that you don't have a basis for your craft, so sometimes some people can sort of take advantage of that a little bit, and don't, whatever people say, don't just take it for gospel. So if someone says wherever, like someone you're speaking to, or on a group or a page or a YouTube video or whatever, says that to practice witchcraft or to be pagan or Wiccan or whatever, you must practice X, Y, and Z, or you must do this, or you must buy that, or you must have that. Don't take that for gospel, because just because that one person's saying it, it doesn't mean that it's the 100% the truth. The beautiful thing about paganism and witchcraft is that it's open to interpretation. There is so many different ways to interpret, and so many different types of witchcraft and paganism and things like that. And people, lots of people like myself, are eclectic, which means you don't follow one certain sect of the craft. You sort of draw from various different traditions and pantheons and things like that, and sort of meld it all for your own sort of path. So just because one person practices like that, it's totally fine, but it doesn't mean, don't feel like if you don't practice like that, or you don't feel like you can practice like that you're not really a witch or a pagan or whatever, because that is just not true. There's just so many different branches and sects and beliefs and things like that you just need to just follow your heart or your instinct or your gut. So yeah, I would say do that on Facebook. Have a look. Yep, YouTube, books, ebooks as well. Ebooks on, especially with Kindle, and their store has thousands of free chapters or whole books or whatever. So just search stuff on like paganism and Wicca and things like that. You might not even have to buy it. You may be able to just download stuff that's free. What else can you do? You could look for a group or a coven. I would suggest when you're just starting out to maybe not look for a coven, just to look for more sort of like an open sort of circle or a moot or things like that. Just something a little bit more like informal until you definitely know that this is for you, or do you feel like a bit more confident, more experienced, things like that. The only trouble is that a lot of covens and things like that don't sort of openly advertise, so it can be a little hard on you, especially if you live in a very religious area, things like that, it can be very hard to find a magical group or whatever, so I would suggest looking online again. You could try sort of looking on Facebook and things like that. And again, basic rules apply when meeting up with anyone or people that you've met on the internet. Is basic safety is obviously to meet up in a public place and at least tell someone where you're going, and yeah, just basically keep yourself safe really, because you may have been chatting to these people online and 9 times out of 10 they are who they say they are, but sometimes they're not, so you just need to be safe. Better be safe than sorry, you know? So what else really? Magazines is another good one. So either in your local newsagent or supermarket or online or whatever, there's quite a few sort of like magical publications. I've actually got one here I can reach to show you. In the UK there is Soul and Spirit. I like this magazine. My favourite, which I'm sure I've talked about before, Spirit Destiny, but I haven't actually got that one here to physically reach. Otherwise I would show that one. Oh, sorry for yawning. So let's have a quick flick through this issue. This is the latest February issue of Soul and Spirit. Your tagline is your spiritual life coach. This one was a special one because it came with the Dreams Interpretation book as well, so it was a bit more expensive. It was $5.99, but they're usually about $3.99. And this one has how to find your soulmate, discover what your dreams really mean, supercharge your karmic power, and then the art of positive thinking with easy mantras. And there's fashion, there's candle magic, there's all sorts inside. So let's have just a little quick flick through so you get a better idea. This is all like your favourite things, about favourite things. That's sort of like the contributors this month. What else? This side, obviously it's February, Valentine's, so it's all about love and passion. This is about love goddesses. And this is about different traditions in different countries in the world. So sort of like, you have Aphrodite for ancient Greece, is a bit about her. Hathor for ancient Egypt. Venus for Rome. Freya for Norse culture. And it's all about different spells and rituals you can do. What else have we got? The psychic Sally Morgan is an interview with her. Let's try and find something good. It's angels, questions and answers type thing. Let's have a quick flick through. Building your spiritual business. Okay, sort of getting a bit ahead of myself. Finding your soulmate, and there's spells and rituals and things like that, and different crystals, manifestation kits. Boosting your vibration, fairy tale fantasies, that's all about holidays and magical escape. Spiritual learning helped me launch my dream business. There's an article from someone. Spas for couples, yoga news about yoga. It's all about finding the one. More about crystals. Patricia Weston, she's a white witch or something, and that's an article about her. It's about a bit about herbal law, potions, angel scopes, zodiac, and there's just bits like that. I like Soul and Spirit, but if you're just starting out for the craft and you're wanting to buy a magazine, I don't know if I would choose this. This I feel is not so much focused on the craft and spirituality and stuff. I would definitely say Spirit Destiny is a better choice if you're in the UK anyway and you're looking for a magazine with different articles, like a witchy magazine to further your understanding, things like that. I would definitely go for Spirit and Destiny over Soul and Spirit, and you can get them in thousands of different newsagents and supermarkets and things like that, or you could go online onto their website and subscribe, and they have like gifts and things like that for subscribing, and you can save money and blah blah blah. So I definitely look at that as well. I would get a notebook, any kind of notebook. It can just be a plain exercise book, something pretty that you've made or whatever, and just have that as your witchy notebook. So where you write down references to things that you've heard or that you've read, bits about different, you cut out articles from magazines that you like and find interesting, and you could write down books or websites or resources that you found helpful, just so you remember where they are in future. You could cut out images of witches or anything that inspire you, or anything sort of like almost like a witchy scrapbook type thing when you're starting out, just to sort of have all your ideas and things in one place and sort of give you inspiration and things like that. You can even turn that into sort of a book of shadows type thing, but we'll talk about that in another video. But I would definitely recommend a notebook, just to write down all the information that you get and your thoughts and your feelings and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so just to recap, as I know I've rambled a lot,